So back in 2015, I first heard about NoFap, and I tried it for the first time in my life. Tried NoFap, no corn, no masturbating, none of that stuff. Now I did have a live-in girlfriend at the time, so I was still having intercourse, but I wasn't watching pornography, no masturbating, none of that stuff. So what I'm going to be talking about today with you guys is the benefits that I had from NoFapping for 30 days. Now, before we get started on the video, please like the video, question, comments, concerns, hit up the comment section, get back at you guys as soon as I can, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys know when I drop another video. Now, with that being said, let's get into what you guys came here to see. So with this YouTube channel originally being about spirituality and sobriety, salvation, semen retention, I kind of forgot that I did try NoFap for the first time back in 2015, but I wasn't on super long. I was only on for about 30 days. I maybe went over 30, maybe like 32 or something. It was around 30 days. I remember that because I was keeping count. So I wanted to make this video today to talk to you guys about the benefits that I had when I was on NoFap for 30 days, give or take. So, okay, the first thing that I noticed when I got on NoFap about 5 days later after I got on, I noticed that I was more confident in holding a conversation with people. Not just women, fellas, because I know we all love to just make everything about women. Yes, I was confident when I was speaking with women, but I was also confident when I was speaking to other guys as well. You know what I'm saying? Co-workers, my friends and stuff like that. I noticed that I was just overall more confident speaking to people. I had a lot more confidence, an abundance of confidence. You know what I mean? In the grocery store, just talking and laughing with complete strangers, people I never met a day in my life, didn't know them from a can of paint. I was having conversations with complete strangers like I've known those people for years. So first thing I noticed is I was able to hold more longer conversations with people, you know, no brain fog. I wasn't stumbling over my words. My words were coming out very fluent. That's the first thing I noticed, man, on NoFap when I first tried it. The second thing that I noticed was, like I said, I had a live-in girlfriend at the time. And you guys can just imagine that I had erections about the majority of the day because I was living with a woman. So I noticed that around the 2-week mark of NoFap, man, I started getting bone hard erections. Like when I say, and I know that probably y'all don't want to hear that, but I'm just being real, man. Like those were like the hardest erections I ever got in my life. I promise you, bro. Like it just felt like like, you know how all the blood flows to that part of the body, you know, when you have an erection, bruh, like, no, it felt like it was like too much blood flowing down there, bro. Like I had a bone hard erection, bro. Like I was getting, like, it was ridiculous, man. I can't even really explain it other than that, man. Like when people say, man, hard as a rock, man, it was hard as a rock. Like seriously, bro. Like I ain't even gonna get into details, man, but man, bro, them erections was so hard, bro. It looked like he grew a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? I'm like, okay, all right, that's what's up, you know? So I definitely noticed that. The second thing I noticed, man, bone hard erections, man, on NoFap after 2 weeks. The third thing that I noticed is the sex felt a lot better. I was able to enjoy and appreciate the sex a lot more, man. Versus when I was watching porn and I would release, and then shortly after I release, say my girlfriend to get home from work or whatever the case may be, and when we would have intercourse after I already released from watching porn and masturbating, I noticed that the sex felt a lot better. I was more into it. You know what I'm saying? I was enjoying the sex more. Also a stronger orgasm from me. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that as well. The sex overall just got better. The sex overall, around the time that I noticed my erections were stronger and longer, I noticed that the sex was just that much better, man. It's like the sex was like 20 times better and the orgasm was like 20 times better, as you can imagine. Because, you know, I was still releasing because I had a girlfriend and we were having sexual intercourse, but I wasn't releasing as much because I wasn't watching porn anymore and you know, masturbating. I wasn't doing that anymore. So I had a higher volume of semen to ejaculate when I was having sex with my woman at the time. So definitely noticed that, man. First thing, not the first, but one of the first things I noticed was the harder erection and the stronger orgasm. I would say the other thing that I noticed while I was on that journey is I had a lot more get up and go about myself. Like, I've never been a morning person in my life. So you can imagine, even back then, 2015, that wasn't even a whole 10 years ago. Almost, but not exactly. So I was still the same, man. I was 21 going on 22 years old at the time. And I never in my life have been a morning person. Now, it's gotten better over the years as I've gotten older. But back then, man, from a kid on up to a young adult in my early 20s, man, mid 20s, I was never a morning person. So I noticed that when I started NoFap and I wasn't watching porn and beating it no more, I noticed that I was able to get up a lot earlier in the day, in the morning. I was able to, you know, get up and go. I was doing more stuff around the house. I was being more productive. I think for a short period of time, man, I had 2 jobs. I was juggling a lot of different things, man. I was getting my days started a lot more early. You know what I mean? Being a lot more productive than I usually would be before I started my NoFap. So, you know, when I got on, before I started, you know, I would read about it on the internet, man. I think this is like when NoFap first got big, like 2014, 13, 14, 15. But I started this in 15. You know what I'm saying? So I was reading all of those benefits about how you feel like Superman and how all this type of stuff, man. And I thought it was garbage. I thought it was all baloney. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, let me try it. Let me give it a shot myself and see what's to it. So, you know, I wasn't disappointed with the results, man. And so yeah, I was definitely able to be more productive because I was waking up earlier every day, earlier than usual. And I was able to do more, had more time to do things before I went to work, whatever the case may be. So I was getting a lot more done than I usually would get done because I had more time added to my day because I was getting up a lot earlier and I required less sleep. Another big thing. The other thing that I noticed is I had a lot more energy, man. A lot more energy, brother. Like, when I say, man, I used to do sets of push-ups, man, and sets of push-ups, sit-ups, and what else? And squats all at the same time. Like, I'll do a set of push-ups, then I'll do a set of squats, then I'll do a set of sit-ups. Like, I'll just be in the house, man. I'll be in the house, bro, like before work or even after work. I'll just be in the house, man. My girl will be in the room laying down, watching TV or whatever, and I'll just be in the living room just banging out my workout, bro. I had a lot of energy, and you got to remember, I was only on for 30 days or 32 days or something like that before I just stopped and just went back to pornography and all that BS. And, you know, so like the third week on, man, I was already doing sets of push-ups. I was full of energy. You know, I was being a lot more productive, bone hard erections. The sex was so much better with my girl at the time, man. The sex was way better than it was previous, man. And it was sad because it was all of these benefits that I had, man. I just threw them all away. It's like I literally had like a month worth of benefits and only got 3 weeks worth of use out of it, man. Because I was just addicted to that corn, man, and I went back and, you know, I don't know what it was. I guess back then I just was young and dumb and I just didn't really care, man. It was just an experiment. But me being stupid at the time, being young at the time, I could have just kept on that journey and we probably wouldn't even be right here talking right now. I probably would be going on 10 years, NoFap. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was a stupid kid. You know, I didn't know no better. I was in my early 20s, man. I was still learning this game of life, pretty much. So I didn't know the importance of holding on to your seminal fluid back then. You know what I'm saying? I was ignorant to all of that stuff. I still thought life was all about sex, and you know what I mean? So we all been there before. But anyway, yeah, those are the benefits that I had 30 days on NoFap back in 2015. And I didn't even start seeing those benefits after 30 days. I started seeing the benefits like after day number 5. So I had more confidence. I was able to hold conversations with people. I was more confident in, speaking with people, holding longer conversations, even with complete strangers. I go in the store and have a whole conversation. I was talking to a lady about something, I think the weather or something. And that conversation about the weather led to some whole other stuff. And me and this lady was in the store talking for like 15 minutes like we knew each other. But that's what NoFap did to me. It just gave me more confidence to hold conversations with people. The second thing that I noticed is I had harder, longer, stronger erections. The sex with my girl at the time was freaking amazing, and the orgasm was even better. The third thing that I noticed, I had a lot more energy. I was able to bang out, push out. That was like the first time in my whole life I really started working out for real at home. Because I never was a big workout person, man. I was banging out push-ups, sit-ups, squats. I was doing all of that type of stuff, man. I had energy out of this freaking world. I was being more productive. I was running on way less sleep. I didn't require much sleep. I was being a lot more productive because I was waking up earlier in the day. And I was able to get a lot more done. No more sleeping in, no more laying around, watching porn, playing with myself. It wasn't none of that no more. So I was able to get a lot more things around the house and a lot more things in my personal life done because I was more productive and had more time to get those things done because no longer did I have my Johnson in my hand and my phone in the other hand. I had more time on my hands and I utilized that extra time that I had for more productive things. So with that being said, fellas, just wanted to tap in real quick and let you guys know the benefits that I saw within 30 days of NoFap. So I hope you guys learned something from the video. If you just started NoFap or just started semen retention, hopefully this video was some kind of motivation for you to keep going on this journey, give you something to look forward to. I hope so. So with that being said, fellas, thanks again for tapping in with me, man. You see, I'm in my work gear, finna head out for work in a minute, man. Just wanted to tap in with my brothers, man. I hope y'all having a blessed day, beautiful day, the most blessed day you all could possibly have, man. Shalom, my brothers. I love y'all. Until the next video, take care, family.